I have something to say with myself deceased, but right now I have a pot pie in front of me that is, if I had started eating it on time, I would be mostly done by now. But I didn't start eating it yet. I'm just opening the top of the pot pie right now, and there's a light steam escaping, indicating it is hot. The crust on top may not be as hot because it's been waiting some time since I removed it from the oven. What I want to say is I have about 8 pot pies left in the freezer, and I would like something else to eat besides pot pies. And I have not been offered anything by the supermarket, Smith's supermarkets, here in Las Vegas, Nevada, including if the order is placed with one of the Smiths and their staff is not adequate, that another Smith's will intercede for my order and give me something more than what I asked for from the supermarket because you're feeders. So that staff from another Smith's could serve at any of the Smith's locations. And then, of course, they need to leave their employment when it's promptly due. It looks like maybe the checkers are professional checkers, or they're trying to commit to a schedule and they can't possibly commit to a customer that way. Or do we say that the checkers don't have any mind or money on their mind to commit to a customer, myself, and then they would leave that they are on a schedule for the Smiths? Because I'm what works for the Smiths, and you don't have a Ford for it because you won't give me what I need. I don't have a payroll schedule with Smiths, but I am working for the Smiths right now, eating Marie Callender's frozen food so that the Smiths can be open at all, because I'm about to close down creation, and God is doing something for himself elsewhere. He's not really just here for me, like you think the food just goes into my mouth, so what? You're so hard, people. Have you heard of the expression hard-headed? I would be lying if I say I know why you are hard, people, but I know that you're hard because you're hard that you don't do what I need for myself on the point that you would know that you offer it to myself as God. And that might be true of other people who are trespassing, and they are in some kind of a trespassing moment that they are present as God, but they look like that. I am God looks like this, and God knows me that way. God doesn't know you that way. You all look different to God. You don't look like him to him. You have a God-formed body, but you don't look like God to God. Nobody thinks that. There are too many of you, and you all look different, except for the twins. I feel that you do not identify myself as God by my appearance. But God above me does identify myself by my appearance. You don't know that about God? Wow. That's why you look like you do. But you owe me that you identify myself by that you don't know who I am and you don't charge me money then. Well, you have it in all ways that you are just fitting me into your world. And it's not true that I can fit you into my world that way, because my world My leverage alives you, you don't alive yourselves, and you don't alive me because you give me food I need to walk. Or I'm in the intensive care unit with a missing respirator. You would not even bother to plug it in. You would find the nearest funeral and put me in the ground. And I would see it. You're hysterical people. I can't shun that I'm not in a funeral. I can't shun that you stole a respirator out of the intensive care unit. I can't even wear a respirator in my mouth because I can't keep my mouth open that way. That's too much pain. Don't you know what it is to be in too much pain? Read by Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is a songwriter. Someday I want to tell her to quit her job. Yeah, but she's keeping me alive because you don't quit your jobs.